next up, we've got somebody else from Australia who's going to dive in and show us a little bit of tips about staying organised and ready to go. So we've got Phil from down in Melbourne on the Mornington Peninsula, just back at school after some paternity leave, which is awesome. So Phil, do you want to introduce yourself and jump right in?
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Hi, everyone. Great to see you all. As Mike said, I've had 3 terms off on long service leave and paternity leave, and I'm on day 4 back now. Very tired. So good luck. Hopefully I get through this. Really enjoying being back. But yeah, lots of, I guess, ideas that maybe I wish I knew these few little things before I started back. But I think what's really good to point out, I guess like that, I don't think there's too much new here, but hopefully you can take one thing away from these little tips that I give you. The first tip is just making sure if September you sets up lots of Gmail filters, make sure that June you turns the filters off so you don't miss a gate duty. It's pretty important. So just a little tip. That's probably the main one. I could probably end there. Steve, could you please jump to the next one? I'm just going to really quickly talk about calendar, Google Calendar. I use the appointment slots a little before I left, but now I'm really getting back into them. My role at the school is head of digital technologies and e-learning. So there was someone amazing in my role while I was off, but now I'm back. A lot of staff like, Phil, can I catch up with you? Can I see you at lunch? All of that, which is great. It's lovely to feel loved. But I think just trying to manage that and using appointment slots is really the best way to do that. I just find that mainly it just saves you a lot of time. Even with my students, instead of saying, oh, can I catch up with you? And then I say, yes, I'm available at these 3 times. And then they ask for one. And then I then send them a Google Calendar invite. There's just so many steps involved. So I guess trying to just automate that whole process is super helpful and easier for you. So I use appointment slots for that. So really helps you stay organized. And I guess it's just, works on your time and saves all of the emails back and forth. So next one, Steve, please. This just shows you really easily how to create them. If you haven't before, you can just create when you are in Google Calendar, instead of clicking event, click appointment slots, and then you can just decide if you want, say, to have meetings from say 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. You can go through and you can actually choose if you want the time to be say 20-minute slots, or if you want hour slots. Say you're having, a Year 12 exam meeting with your students, you want them to be a bit longer, maybe staff meetings, you want to set that time. It just creates the appointment slots for you, which is super easy. And then you just share your appointment slots link, a page to your appointments, and then people can jump in and click that appointment. What works really well in doing that is that it creates a Google Calendar invite for you and then for the person that's created the meeting with you straight away. So it just automates the whole process, which I love. And we have no time, and we have to do things like this to hopefully help with that time. Next one, please, Steve. Thank you. So I guess, I was talking to some of our heads of faculty and heads of years earlier about how we could use this tool. And we just really worked out, we were discussing how we could use it to support students and staff, and then how we can use it to manage our own time. So are we going to be like, this is my staff meeting time, this is my student meeting time, and then, maybe just block in some time for yourself, which is important as well, and then make an appointment with yourself. Next, thanks, Steve. We have this one, there were all these updates in the last 9 months, and I did use my laptop every now and then, but definitely not as much in the last 4 days. But finding all of these new things that I love, like the chips came in pretty much just as I was going on leave, and they look amazing, super exciting. And then, as Leslie, you mentioned, with sharing work across multiple year levels or multiple Google Classrooms, that's new as well, which I love. And this one is super handy. This one in Docs allows you to add a table and use table templates. So if you jump to that next one, Steve, it just has a little GIF showing you what you can, how you can use it. So I've been using this with staff meetings, just in our agenda docs, instead of just having, all these dot points or checklists, now using this left status you can see. So you can double click on them to change the title. So it could be in progress or completed. I've started using this as well for my Year 12 submission. So it would just be, I've titled draft 1, draft 2, completed. That just really helps for them in their own planning docs to see where we are at. But I just think it's nice to have, in that clean format. You can see there on the screen how you can change the colors and change the titles as well. But this works really, really well. Yes, I love that as well, Maria. So insert table templates. There's a few different ones you can play with, like a project manager one as well. But I use this here with just the in progress or completed as well. there's that one. Thanks, Steve. And then again, yeah, just looking at how you can manage meetings in this way, and then how you can stay organized, and how, I've been showing students this as well, for them to, I guess, stay on top of what they're doing. Started a group project today, and I was showing them how they can all manage that with their team. So, who's doing what in their production, and then when they've completed it, if someone else in the team has proofed it. So I was showing them how they could change that, which is pretty handy and helpful for group management. Next one, thanks, Steve. Of course, Casey Bell, I don't think I can present without mentioning her. Shake Up Learning. This is just a really great way for students to use Google Keep, but it's just really a fantastic collaborative list where you can just create, you create your Keep of what you want to add. So maybe I'm doing a to-do list, and then I can share that with a staff member if you need to, or even for students working through that in their group projects. So going through, seeing what they need to complete, and they both have access to that. So like Keep, as I said, that's not crazy innovative. We all know about Keep, but I think it's just a really good reminder to that you can, students can share them with each other, or you can share them with students. I've used this in the past with some students that were just struggling a little bit. So I created a Keep to then kind of just keep that and support them using that. They have the mobile app, they can just use that too. And then my next one, Steve, is just to end on. If you could open a new sheet for me, sheets.new. You know how to do that one. If you could share that one. This is just to end on. Quick, it's not a tip for returning to school, but I think it's just a great little feature. If you haven't seen it, and celebrating Pride Month, we can type P in A column, then R next, I, D, E, and if you click enter, look what happens. Hooray! Happy Pride Month, everyone. Thank you.